It's time.
Kablooey!
Wow.
All right, here we go.
The Cocktail Show.
Get ready to have a good time.
Let's have a good time.
This is exciting, isn't it?
I love magic.
Hello, testing.
Welcome aboard the Dreamliner.
It's the only way to fly.
We're official,
I've
folks.
allotted 1 hour for recreational activity. There's no time for irrelevant conversation. Fun will now commence.
Cocktail Show.
Gary.
Here's a young speaker who is really in demand.
Don't let that go to your head, Gary.
But wait, there's more.
That's what I'm talking about.
He's Gary Meier.
3, 2, 1, 0.
It's Friday, January 20th, 2023, and we're streaming live at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 Central on The Garry Meier Show, Cocktail Hour Live.
Cocktails. Woo! Drinks.
And of course, no matter where you are, it's time for a digital mimosa. The GarrForce Live YouTube channel remains the preferred way to stream along with the show.
YouTube.
More eyeballs. This is the thing.
Please subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified automatically when we're streaming a live show. All of the past Cocktail Hour shows are on the channel too. Please like and share the show on all the social media channels. Comments during the live show, wherever we're live streaming, can be seen in our virtual studio, and we may show them on the screen and or talk about them. Now, fasten your seatbelts, it's time to go wheels up on the GarrForce Live.
Subscribe to the GarrForce Live YouTube channel. That's what you should do. That's where we gather. Dig it? And we drink. Why not? Boom. Shock out lockdown. Here we go. Hey, welcome everybody. Thank you, Alan Dolinka, for that fine opening. It is the time to kick the tires and light the fires to get this going. But on the Cocktail Show, we have one extra step to do before we are airborne, and that is the removal of the condom that Leslie does so well every week. There it is.
There you
Hello.
I got me an Oyster Bay. Honestly, this is like one of my favorite wines of all time.
Yep.
Love this stuff.
How's it looking on the receptacle there?
We have build-up.
Go.
So very exciting.
Good,
Okay,
good,
here we
good.
go,
Here we go.
kids.
3, 2. Oh, wow.
Where the? Oh no! We had another misfire.
That thing
I
does
don't
not
wanna
want to leave.
bottle. I
That-
love this bottle. Look, it's like got a little hat. Oh, my.
That's the second time in a couple of weeks where
Shoot, man.
the condom doesn't want to leave.
Aw. Or maybe they're just grimy bottles that I've been dealing with. Huh.
Grimy Bottles, great clown name. Good start.
It is.
You want to try
But
again?
don't y'all worry, because the ones that you're getting in this in the last few weeks, these are the new ones with the reservoir tip.
Yeah.
So we've got some special new ones for you.
There
And
it
once
is.
again, it says if you're small enough to use this on yourself, don't.
Okay.
So there you go. Okay, should we try again?
Yes, one more time. It's going to go. I know it.
Oh, okay. At
Off
least
to the side. Yeah.
I got it.
Fine. All right. Some of you are into, I would guess, dry January. This is a thing for some people where you don't drink during January. January is the worst month to go dry because the air, everything's dry. The air
Yeah.
is dry. Your nose is dry. My humor is dry. Lake Mead is dry. You got enough dry.
I believe Lake Mead is seeing a resurgence thanks to all those torrential rains, is it
Okay.
not?
All right.
I
but
know
for
some of the reservoirs are filling up again, so whoop, whoop.
Right. And the one that the people will get, the wine condom.
Speaking
is
of
one them.
reservoirs, we are giving one away. Yep.
But there's too much dry stuff in January. You got to moisten, and we're going to moisten you up because we have the urge to gather. Here we are every Friday, and I swear to God, the globe is spinning. Well, let's have a toast.
Oh, okay.
Get this thing really started. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, my dears.
Got my Manhattan.
I have my
right.
custom Alan Dolinka made glass.
Hey, I have my I Heart Schnauzer shot
Aw.
glass. There she is.
Nice.
And people come here because we welcome Dutch wives, all size schnauzers, which would be,
Miniature, standard, and giant.
yeah. And people like to come
That's
here
it.
to watch schnauzers kiss. And we provide that. Okay, I was looking at the calendar to plan the upcoming weeks, and tell me this doesn't make you think for a second about the world spinning faster. This
I don't like thinking. Yeah.
Okay, that damn Webb telescope, we poke around, things are going to happen. Next Friday is the last Friday in January, so I thought, well, we got to get Jenna on because she hasn't done January yet. It seems like she was just on, right?
And she definitely does not believe in a dry January. I think she doesn't believe in a dry month ever.
No, because her family owns a bar, and she does this podcast called Bar Talk, and hopefully she'll be. I texted her and said, "Hey, we got to get January, and that would be next Friday." So Jenna, the official bartender of this operation, hopefully on next Friday to kick off the
Chinese
year.
New Year on Sunday. Are you prepping for that? Yes.
I was in San Francisco for Chinese New Year one year. Oh my God. I had shell shock for weeks afterwards because they invented gunpowder and
literally
fireworks. Yeah. And you're in Chinatown in San Francisco. Can you imagine? Yes, you can. It was Armageddon.
Did you end up inside one of those dancing dragons?
I think I did.
You weren't supposed to, but you did. Yeah.
I think I crawled into one. All right. Alan, let's bring up some people who have checked in. Keely-Ann has not checked in this week, and sometimes there's some process where if you check in too early. Alan, explain what that is.
Well, it's really if somebody checks in really early and then somebody else checks in after them and somebody checks in after them, YouTube just pushes it out before we're live streaming. So if we don't happen to catch it in the studio when I'm putting stuff in the studio before the show, it can disappear before any of us see it.
Okay, if you're out there, Keely-Ann, please send whatever you'd like to send because you usually officially kick this thing off and we haven't seen it. But here's who has checked in. Charles, Charles from Martin. Okay, you must start. Hello, British Columbia. To enter, what is it? Wait, back up a little bit. I didn't see what that was there. Magic and Illusion. Bill Cook is coming up. He hasn't been on for a while. He's been on a cruise. We'll talk to Bill and do magic with him in just a few minutes. Charles, WRLR, Crystal Lake, Illinois. He works at a radio station. Lloydster, it's National Disc Jockey Day. I wonder if the disc jockeys on Sirius XM identified that because they love National whatever day.
And Lloydster gave us 4 of these. He gave us National Disc Jockey Day, Cheese Lovers Day, Butter Crunch Day, and International Day of Acceptance.
Okay. Oh, well, I've got one more for us later on in the show. Stick around. It's an International Something Else Day, too.
All right. And now, Herman's Hermits on the 60s channel. If you listen to those channels, they do that a lot.
Do they do a list of the most famous DJs of all time? Because they like doing lists also.
Right. And they would put themselves on that list. Okay. Where are we on?
Sneeze.
Uh-oh. You got a cold?
I got a cold.
Okay. Midwinter special from David R. Free Schnauzer grooming service will make you and your Schnauzer feel like it's spring. That's a nice offer. Yes.
Keep the light bright and out of sight.
Samantha has checked in from Mundelein, Illinois. Stick Safe, Tinley Park, Illinois, home of Bettenhausen Automotive. Martin, I mentioned. Dale, he checked in. And Mike, I'll get to the screen door and just Mike Mascow from Roast to Order Coffee. Driving home from the factory. I love you all.
Hands-free listening only. Thank you.
Life's too short. Drink the fresh roasted goodness of our which is Roast to Order Coffee. Yes, Mike is the proprietor, and it's great coffee and is a fine sponsor of the program. Thanks, Mike, for checking in. There's Keely-Ann. Do you see that, Alan?
Is it recent?
It's just up there now. I see it.
I scroll down.
Yeah, there you are.
There is Keely-Ann.
One of the local.
Right. Oops. There it is.
One of the local TV stations had a Bring Your Pet to Work Day. One anchor said, "Let me step to the side so you can get my freshly groomed Schnauzer." Keely-Ann, and thank you for drawing the TV news in. You mentioned at the beginning, Alan, that the current blog posting is rich people. I have just changed it to local or even broadcast news because I had to take a shot again because it's so bizarrely weird. So that's the current blog post, local and national news.
So I think I'm going to start doing a David Muir. I'm liking the hand on the hip thing. It's fun once you start doing it. I think it
like you have a broken collarbone and you got to turn your head to the left. You got to profile the other way.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's the way he looks. He can't look straight into the camera. Something's wrong with him. All right, Thomas has checked in. And are you going to put those up, or should I just read names or go to the screen door?
Well, read names because I've jumped all the way to the bottom of the list already.
Oh, okay. Patty D. And what does she say? Everyone hit the like button.
Like button. There you go.
Hit
more
the
likes.
thumbs up button. That's
there
right,
you
Patty
go.
D.
And subscribe.
We see more viewers than anybody on either platform sees. We have an account that's greater because it combines Facebook and YouTube. And if there's 100 watching on YouTube, that is great because we're really, really encouraging people to come over to the GarrForce Live YouTube channel.
All right. Barb from Michigan City has checked in. Simon Van Housteen. It couldn't be much hotter heater in here. Thank you, Simon. And John from Grand Rapids, Michigan. All right. Catherine.
Thanks for the bless yous, guys, or the Gesundheits and all that.
Catherine just had some roast to order today. It's so good. Yeah, I did that this morning. Did a double beaver. Felt good. And I knew the cocktail show was going to bookend the day. That to me, that's something. That is something because I can't do yard work in the winter, so I got to get some other things going, and that's how I work it.
Otherwise, you'd be focusing on the news too much.
Yeah. Okay. I'm glad you brought. Oh, let me do a screen door, and then I got to bring something up because it's okay. It's part of that. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. We have a graph. Yeah. I can't even figure the damn screen door out. Okay, you got your. I got Thomas. How many on Facebook?
Don't care. They come, they go. We want more to come.
We're here.
We're not numbers.
Yeah,
people.
All right. I got Mac and Johnny from Michigan and Cindy checked in from Wheeling, Illinois, and Scott from that store that you have been to.
Oh, Scott's Vintage Antique.
Yeah.
From North Aurora.
And I mentioned that on yesterday's one of Beaver's episodes had that measuring device for your foot that you have in your studio there.
Brannick device. That's right up there.
Yeah. The guy from Decula, Georgia checked in and he gave the pronunciation. That's already gone by, but he said it's not Dacula, it's Decula, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay. The story that's going around, this actor who's lost.
I have that in our batch.
You do? Okay.
I do.
When you have to tell me what he's been in.
Okay.
Yeah. And they're all doing that when they do the story. And I don't know who this guy is. And if you have to tell me what he's done, should we be hearing about it on the national news?
And I use the term they did, and it's acclaimed actor, I believe, or something of that nature.
Oh.
And so quickly I went and grabbed a photo of him so I could make the connection. And like you, it's like,
yeah. And they're doing the story over and over again. Like this guy is Brad Pitt and he's missing, or John F. Kennedy Jr. Who is he? Okay, and they're doing this other thing. He's an experienced hiker. Well, apparently not. He's been missing for a week.
Oh, see, you're spoiling all the
okay. Well, we'll go. Hey,
we'll dive again.
Keep,
but
yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot to pick apart in this story.
Am I right in my thinking this is not a national story?
The thing in general, I think what counts as celebrity anymore has been so watered down because there's just so much being made out there. You've got made for Paramount Plus, made for Amazon Prime, all these specialties and all the movies that we never went to see during the pandemic and stuff. And I noticed this on Celebrity Jeopardy.
Oh, I was just going to say, I was watching Celebrity Jeopardy last night.
2 of the 3, I'm like, who the frick are they?
I don't know that woman. She's got a pod. Who doesn't have a podcast? I mean,
Exactly.
you get a podcast. You get a podcast. Yeah,
One
I
of
didn't
the
know who she
previous
was.
winners, he was a multi-day winner. He had a podcast, and he also had an attitude. So it
Who's
was time
that?
for him to go.
Two of the three. Well, it was one. The one guy is from The Office. The other guy was from Ted Lasso.
Oh,
And then
well,
there's-
I'm talking regular Jeopardy, but the guy from Coach from Ted Lasso was the
Yeah.
only one that I immediately went, oh, look, it's Coach from Ted Lasso.
And he was just answering every question, and the woman didn't know anything. And oh God, that's so damn
It was
embarrassing.
painful.
Yeah. Ouch. And I think the guy from Ted Lasso is even getting frustrated with either you start answering or we can just end it now and go to. They have triple Jeopardy on those. It's an hour long.
So it's even more painful when he's at $30,000 and the rest of them have like 200 and 1,200 apiece.
Yeah. Who's that guy from The Office? JD Power?
JD Novak.
Okay. Yeah.
BJ Novak.
Yeah,
BJ
whatever.
Novak. Whatever.
Power,
well,
I
that's the whole, we are becoming our parents. You know, that JD Power guy.
Right.
Who are you talking about? You mean BJ Novak? Yeah, that's who I mean.
Right. You know, you're becoming your parents when you call your kids friends by the wrong name. That was an indication. Right. My father always did that. He didn't know anybody's name. Had been friends for years. Didn't know their names. Didn't care.
My father used to call me all my sisters' names. Leslie, Nancy, Madeline, whatever you are.
Yeah. Okay. Speaking of relatives, I got a little tip for you. If you are looking to go into a deep, deep nap, watch the Hallmark Channel. I was visiting my mother-in-law and she had the Hallmark Channel in. Somebody spoke and I went into a dream. I swear to God, I'm watching it. And then an hour later, where am I? What happened? The tonality is it just mesmerizes you to go to sleep.
And the nice thing is the storylines are so shallow that you really haven't missed anything.
No. Yeah. It's where you can go into a deep, deep coma if you want.
You mean I don't have to wait for baseball season? Because that's usually where I get my best sleep. And
yeah, you don't have to wait a couple months. You can go right to the Hallmark Channel and just conk out.
Nice.
Yeah, it's all that they speak kind of gently.
Well, sure.
Yeah,
they're unobtrusive and they don't swear or anything.
And it's
like
in a
that.
small town, so that you don't have a lot of traffic, and it's just good night. Good night. All right. So yeah, that guy is missing at Baldy Mountain.
Mount Baldy.
I've had several other stories about these hikers. First of all, they go hiking alone, which, all right, you want to hike alone, then don't have us rescue you when you go missing.
Hang on, why don't we actually just do the
You want
story?
to do the story? Because now we're
come on, because
yeah.
So the search continues for acclaimed British actor Julian Sands, and at first I was like, "Oh, is that the guy who created Downton Abbey?" No, this is Julian Sands. He went missing last Friday during a hike in Southern California's Mount Baldy. The 65-year-old, best known for his roles in A Room with a View, Arachnophobia, and Morlock, failed to return from a solo trek on a day when conditions on the mountain shifted dramatically. The search for him, though, was just one of 14 carried out when winter weather moved in, covering the whole region in rain and snow and causing temperatures to plunge below freezing. They say the search will continue as long as conditions allow.
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that, but I don't know who the guy is. But how long did they say former Beatle Paul McCartney, I guess? The news media, they assume weird things. They assume we know who this is and we don't know who Paul McCartney is.
Who Sir Paul McCartney is,
yeah. Former Beatle. Oh, really? It's that other thing that I really hate.
Is he in any other bands that we might recognize?
Okay. And I know maybe we're talking out our ass here because we're of the generation that grew up with the Beatles, but there are people that are living now that might not know who this guy is.
Well, figure people who are born. Here, look at me do math. People born in the year 2000 are 23 years old or 22 going on 23 at this point.
They don't have any real concern about or thought about 9/11. No. That never occurred to them to be a thing to put in their memory bank. What's that? 9/11? What's that? Yeah, that's frightening, huh? Okay. Oh boy. Wow, I didn't make myself feel good there, and that's why God invented these.
Mm.
All right. So we got that on the keep an eye out for. And the other story we talked about this week that is really weird, this guy in Massachusetts who's been arrested and they suspect he killed his wife. And this is probably the weirdest story that we're going to have for a while because this guy, wow. And they're thinking dismemberment and all of that. And I don't understand how, and they got kids. How do you do this where you're sawing your...
Are you asking for suggestions? Because in his case, he went on Google and was
No, I'm
looking
not.
everything
I'm
up.
asking how you do
Because
this
I love your wife, and honest to God,
psychologically. How do you do? You're sawing your spouse's limbs off. How? And you're not. And you're going. Okay, this is a good way to end this.
May I suggest you follow the lead of the other murderer in the news right now? She used a chainsaw to chop up mom and dad. So that at least seems quicker.
Oh my God.
Crack.
Really? I have told this story. When I had the sticky trap and caught that mouse, it bothered me for years.
Yeah.
A mouse on a sticky trap because it doesn't kill the mouse, which I kind of figured out after the fact. I didn't know it before, but it doesn't. And now I had to hit it with a shovel and I traumatized myself.
We have found out subsequently that you can use either vegetable oil or I think it's WD-40 will help detach them. So take them out in the yard. They'll probably die from the fumes of the WD-40.
Right.
That's beside the point. At least you made an effort.
Okay, hold on, little buddy. I'm going to spray some WD-40 and get your legs off of here. And yeah. And what are we saluting? What is it? The national anthem? Well, I think it's time for some magic. What do you think? I do.
I love magic.
I do too. I love, love, love it. And this is a very good, very great magician, Bill Cook. And Bill has been conspicuous by his absence for how long? When's the last time you were on the show, Bill?
Long enough to remember this with the finger guns.
Yeah, baby.
Nice.
That's our favorite entrance, the finger guns.
Oh, geez. I was on here middle of last year. It's been a while.
2022 or 21? Because 21.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, that's 2 years
21.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was also on the Christmas show at the end of 2021.
Yeah, but 2021, that's a long time ago. Yeah.
How long were you at sea?
4.5 months.
All right, let's talk about that a little bit.
Cheers, by the way.
Yes. Happy New Year. Welcome
Happy New Year,
back. And those cruises, you've done them a number of times, right?
Yeah. So that's my main gig is performing for cruise ships. And to get the fleet back into operation for cruising, they wanted a little longer of a schedule. And they asked if I wanted to do it. And absolutely. So
where did you go?
I got to be in the Caribbean, in the, all South East Caribbean. So Aruba, Barbados, Curacao, Antigua, St. Thomas, St. Martin.
Isn't that a Beach Boys song?
I think so.
Ooh, I want to take it to Bermuda. Yeah.
Bahamas. Okay, so
you ever get tired of it?
No.
I mean, does
the only
it
thing I get tired of is
blasé
traveling
at any moment? Yeah. Okay.
No,
What do
the
you
only
get
thing
tired
that I
of?
get tired of is airports.
Okay.
I'm so done with it. I
don't know
swore.
if Bill, everybody knows this. Bill does magic at airports, and those gigs he doesn't like.
Yeah, right. I'll tell you this. I swore up and down that Miami was my least favorite airport, and my second least favorite was Atlanta. No, Newark took the cake this last week. That is number one. I would rather fly Chicago to LAX than go everywhere else than have to spend a minute at Newark.
Okay, let's talk about Miami. And the reason I can guess why you don't like Miami, because it's an international airport in so many ways. That's where that German Shepherd saw me coming down the escalator and put his nose right up my ass while I'm getting my luggage. And I mean, this dog was on me. And because they have so much drug trafficking possibilities there, it's crazy time, right?
No, for me, it's you come through security and you're at D20. And okay, your gate's a D7. That's a 3-mile hike that way. It is the longest, biggest, most frustrating airport. It's like Denver when you turn the corner and it just keeps going, but worse because it's Miami. It's just I don't does it.
Okay.
Isn't
I don't know
Miami in
Denver's
general
airport.
just like one street wide? And
Yeah.
like they haven't decided how to spread out quite right yet.
Right.
Well, Atlanta is the busiest airport in the country, right? I think Atlanta pretty much is one of those giant hubs. Okay, here's what I say to you, Bill. Go back 150 years, and I think you can with your magic, and see if you could sell this to people who are living in a hut with no heat besides a fire and indoor plumbing. That's the way you got to look at it. There you go.
They didn't like it. They didn't like it. They didn't like the idea.
They didn't like that whole thing about complaining about airplanes. What's that?
Yeah, they didn't like that idea at all.
But when you really carve it down to how else would you rather travel? By bus?
Train's nice. If we had if we had a more high-speed rail network, I would do that for sure.
How do you get your magic tricks? Is it a lot of stuff that you have to ship, or what do you do?
When I travel, I have my backpack that's got like my laptop, my iPad, and electronics. My rollerboard is where the majority of my show is, so that never leaves my side. And then I have a Pelican case and a suitcase that I leave on Sunday for 3 months. So I've got my stuff kind of scattered around the room that I'm in right now. But I have my suitcase, my Pelican road case, a rollerboard, and a backpack, and I'm set.
So it's not too bad. And how often do you perform? Once a day? How does that work?
Depends on the ship. I'm contractually obligated to have 2 shows with me. I'm a bit of an overachiever, and I have three 60-minute shows that are different.
And what are the accommodations like? You have your own room?
I'm a passenger. For all intents and purposes, I'm a passenger with benefits. So I work on my night, 2 shows, and then they will ask, can you do a matinee or a second nights of shows? Absolutely. I will volunteer crew shows, so shows just for the crew members, and I get a room. Sometimes it's just a porthole. Sometimes it's a balcony suite, and I have access to some crew areas.
And you get to leave the ship when they go to port and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I do. When I was on the contract last year, the long one, it was when the COVID surge came, and so because I was a crew member for that, I was not allowed off the ship until the last couple weeks of my contract.
Okay, and I don't want to get into your business, but does it pay well, or is it pays good enough and you get to cruise? That's part of the package.
They take good care of me, as well as the fact that I get to cruise.
And it's steady work, and it's guaranteed and all that, right?
Yes.
Good.
Do you need an assistant?
Let's go, Leslie.
I think you've done this. Weren't you part of an act that we did? Didn't you?
I was cut in half once in front of an arena full of people. Yes.
Yeah.
What was this?
We did magic back in the day. I mean, we
did everything.
And it's an insult to magicians, but we threw it together a magic show, and we did things like the cutting in half,
me in half, and then molesting the upper part of me while my legs were over there and my top was over there. It was a step up from when they had me dress like a bucket of chicken and I had to wear a beard.
Different times, Bill.
So I'm a little behind the scenes secret of magicians that I did not know until I was assisting on stage. On stage, you can carry on a full-blown conversation with your assistant or your assistants if necessary. As long as the music's playing and your microphone is off, you can just talk to your friends. My friend Melanie was in the box. She had just been cut in half. I was assisting another magician at the time, and I'm at the head. So I pull the head, the other male assistant pulls the feet, and the magician is standing in the middle doing the pose, right? It's at this point the assistant in the box goes, "Are we doing pizza for dinner?" This is new to me. I went, and the magician goes, "We did pizza last night. Can we do does anyone want to go for hot dogs?" What?
I've got a person's head in my lap.
I'm holding the and you have to spin the thing, and then you put them back together. And the other assistant goes, "I'd be down for hot dogs, burgers, or pizza. I don't care. I'm just hungry." And the magician goes, "All right, settle. We're going to the bar. We're getting burgers tonight."
and then you snap her back together. Voila.
And then he turns his mic back on, and the
Right.
show
Without
goes on.
hesitating, his hand goes into his coat, turns his mic on, and we go again.
Yeah.
It was so surreal.
Ladies and gentlemen, do not try this at home. Okay.
No,
All
but now
right.
I'm hungry.
Yeah. All right. You are going to give us some magic tonight, right?
Well, before I do a trick, Gary, I have I found a new credo, a new kind of way of looking at magic and myself and an outlook on this performance thing. And I actually have a second camera that's right here. Hello. You can actually read things on this one. This is a new credo that I'm living by. Being an entertainer is a unique opportunity which lets me bring joy into your lives. So if I can bring a little happiness into your life, I will, because there's nothing that makes me feel better. And Gary, that is the credo that I live by from this point on. That is 100% the way I'm going to live.
He's got a million of them, folks.
He does.
But you don't need fancy props to do magic, Gary. You don't. One of the joys of working on a ship is the creativity of coming up with magic tricks. So this uses an old hair tie. I had long hair. I grew a long ponytail during COVID, and I cut it all off. So I'm no longer.
You're sporting the Ryan Corcoran haircut there. When we see Ryan, we're going to put you in the same box, and you both have the same haircut.
Then he's a stylish person.
That's right.
So an old hairband, a piece of tissue paper, and then this is just a piece of an old cardboard box. Nothing too fancy, nothing too exciting. Cardboard box. Cardboard box. We wrap. Well, we don't wrap. We put a piece of tissue paper on top and place the hair tie around. This looks like an old microphone that you used to yell into as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But then you add in the flashlight. This is my favorite part about it is you can't really see that too well. Hang on. Boink. Sorry. The flashlight.
Oh.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Okay. This is my favorite part, though. You don't need fancy props for magic. Watch.
It's coming out of sleeve.
Nice.
Right?
No, that's the thing. There is no sleeve. There is no nothing. It is just, I don't, this, it keeps, it's darn thing keeps going. And I'll tell you this, the price of silk, I'm a millionaire at this point.
Where's the flashlight?
It's in my pocket.
In his pocket.
Oh, okay.
I just want to show you cool.
Yeah. All you need is a cardboard tube.
No, that's an old cereal box. If you take steel wool, you can rub the front off of a tricks box.
Oh, now you're giving away trade secrets.
Well, no, then you can roll it into the kind of flimsy
and we
flat.
can do it at home.
Yeah,
sure, and not have it be successful.
Bill, would a paper towel cardboard center not work?
You need to be able to open. You need to be able to open it. So you need the flat. A little bit bigger.
All right.
Yeah.
So we know there's nothing in there.
All right. I like that.
Now, Gary and Leslie, we haven't discussed doing a trick together, have we?
No.
You want to do one together?
Yes.
Who wants to be the assistant and who wants to be the magician?
Ooh.
Leslie has some street cred in assistance, so I'll do the magician part.
Fantastic. Gary, I'm going to prompt you all along this. You didn't know we were going to be doing this. I'm going to be prompting you every step of the way. I'm going to be the hands. You're going to be the voice.
Okay.
Being in entertainment, I'm assuming you can follow along on a cue card, right?
Okay. So just read these.
Yep.
All right. Good evening.
Fantastic.
I am the amazing stage name. That's my. I am the amazing.
Oh, come on.
Come on. Garrimo.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. The second best magician in the world. Yes.
Okay.
Get to my show. There's only one audience member currently, so point to any audience member.
Can I show you a trick?
That's you, Leslie.
Leslie.
Oh, yes, please.
Think of any playing card.
Okay.
Got one?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
I had these printed at Kinko's. That saved me like $10 right there.
For the first time, say the card out loud.
Ace of Spades.
Amazing. I knew that.
Did you know?
The crowd goes wild.
Let's say that one. That one's just her.
Yay.
Yahoo!
You don't believe me, do you?
She doesn't believe me at all. She doesn't believe you at all.
I'll prove it. Earlier today, I had this funny feeling. Yes, I did.
Garry.
Of course you did.
About one special card. And I placed it inside an envelope. This one.
Now, before we go any farther, friends, Leslie, did you know you were going to be doing this today?
No.
We only
Garry,
talked to you briefly before we went on, but not about any tricks.
Not about this. Garry,
No,
did you know
not
you were
about
going to
any
be
tricks? I didn't know. I haven't talked to you for a year and a half.
A year, yeah.
Yeah.
Inside of the envelope, there is one card. Garry, now I don't have the cue card for this, but you ask her again, what was the card again?
What was your card, Leslie?
Ace of spades.
The ace of...
Oh, and the crowd does go
that's
wild.
better or worse. It's the ace of spades. And then
it.
everyone else goes crazy.
I mean, I love that.
Nice, very nice.
Oh, right. Look
Wow.
at that.
He's amazing.
I know.
Yes, she is. Do you have time for one last one?
We've got all the time in the world, brother.
Don't tempt me with a good time there, man. Leslie, since you were just the assistant extraordinaire, I'm hoping you can help me with this.
My pleasure, sir.
Fantastic. I mean, we were talking about celebrities just a little bit ago. How well do you know celebrities?
I used to think I did, but then I saw Celebrity Jeopardy, and all I recognized was Coach from Ted Lasso. But okay.
Okay, well,
pretty good. Real celebrities, yeah.
We're not going to talk Ted Lasso on this one. I used to make, being the youngest of three, whenever we would go on a road trip, we had to come up with ways to play games, right? And we used to play 20 questions in the car. And in the car, it's really obnoxious to play 20 questions because the questions, stuff you think of runs out real quick. Like,
Right.
Is it alive? Yes. Is it mom?
Yeah.
Like it goes quick.
Yeah.
The last road trip we took was in 2010. My brother and sister already have their own families at this point. 2010 was the last time we had a road trip with the five of us, me, mom, dad, brother, sister.
Wow.
So I thought it'd be fun to make one more list. And this is an old list from 2010, celebrities from 2010.
Okay, I might know these guys. Okay.
Right. A couple examples like Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Right.
Know him.
Madonna.
Yeah. Know
right?
him
This
too.
was Google's like top 10 of 2010. Ellen DeGeneres.
I got it. Oh,
Right.
we just call her Ellen now.
Matt Damon. Well, you know.
Matt Damon.
Beyonce, Johnny Depp, Floyd Mayweather,
nice.
Adele.
Got it.
Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. Some people deserve the accolades on this list. Some people don't.
Oh.
But Leslie, I'm going to run my finger through the list of celebrities, and I want you to say stop. And I want you to see that I've got no screen, no camera, no way of looking at whatever over here.
Okay.
I'm not going to look. I'm not going to look at that screen, this screen. I'm going to turn my head that way. You say stop on one, and we go from there, okay?
Okay.
As I go through, say stop on one.
Stop.
Okay. Do you want some more, or are you done?
I'm good with this. I like it.
Don't say it, but can you read what name that is?
I do recognize that name. Yes,
you
I
recognize
believe all
this
of
name.
us do. Yes.
Cool. I'm going to do my best not to look. Thrown it away. I'm going to look towards the screen and move me back to this camera. Okie dokie. Leslie. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
get that out of the way. You're thinking of a person. I'm going to try and figure out the person you're thinking of for a unique thing. We're going to play a quick game of less than 20 questions. And I'm going to try and get this person that you're thinking of in less than 20 questions. Fair?
Oh, fair.
How many names are in that little tablet?
About 21.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
The person you're thinking of, are they an athlete?
They are not.
Okay, that's a dumb question to start with.
Well, Kobe Bryant, but yeah, he's not
Well,
an
yeah, but
athlete
no,
anymore either.
the one you picked was not an athlete.
Okay, absolutely not.
Okay. Is this person alive?
They are not.
All right.
Though some would. No. Yeah. Don't want to give any.
How do you argue if someone's alive or not? That doesn't matter.
No, they're
don't
not
help
alive.
me.
No,
Don't help
Bill's
me.
too young to get the joke.
Don't help me. The person you're thinking of, is this person, was this person scandalous?
To a degree, I would say.
Okay. Would you have considered this person to be a musician?
Yes.
Would this person have been considered royalty?
Yes.
Who was your person?
Elvis Presley.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh. Okay. It was on this show that Bill Cook lost his bona fides, and
now wait a minute. The fact that he can cut a name in the way he did.
No, more of a face.
Holy shit!
That's good.
Okay,
Nice.
you're a witch. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I think it's weird in that it was Elvis Presley, and we just had Lisa,
Priscilla,
die.
or I'm sorry, Lisa.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that was even spookier because of that.
Beyonce, Tom Cruise, Kim, Prince. You were one off from Johnny Depp.
Oh,
Well,
he's
you were
still
one off.
alive.
Yeah, you were one off from Johnny Depp.
Well, even more amazing is that
Prince.
you could cut that silhouette, and that looks like Elvis.
Well,
I
don't get
know
out
how you
much.
do that.
Prince,
Very
Elvis,
nice.
Johnny Depp.
That silhouette. Can you show the silhouette again? The piece of paper, Bill.
Yep. Wow.
Yeah, that's
very
Elvis. I mean,
nice. Very
Leslie,
nice.
I'll get your address and I'll send this to you.
Oh,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Wow, I love that. You want to do one more, Bill, or do you have to run? You got to pack.
Up
to you. Got something
sure.
or not?
Sure, Gary.
Okay.
How's your imagination?
Very fertile.
That's not the question, Gary. I want you to imagine I'm holding on to my wallet, which has 4 playing cards sticking out of the top of it.
Okay.
I actually made this wallet. I'm actually really proud of this. I cut the vegan leather. I dyed the vegan leather. I sewed the vegan leather. I made it. I used my laser to engrave it.
Cool.
It's really fun.
Hey,
Gary,
golly, you are an overachiever.
Yeah.
3 shows
have-
in
He
your
does that on
bag.
the ship. When they're not at port, he's in there lasering and stuff.
Yeah. Gary, I've got 4 queens sticking out of this wallet. That's the spades, hearts, clubs, and diamonds. I'm going to reach in and remove 2 queens of one color. Did I remove red or black? You tell me.
Black.
That's right. That's the spades and the clubs. They're gone. That leaves us with the hearts and the diamonds. Now I'll turn 1 queen face up and put it back inside. Did I put the queen of hearts face up or the queen of diamonds face up? You tell me.
Diamonds.
How can you be so right and so wonderful at the exact same time? 1 queen in here reversed. That's the diamonds. Now, I knew you were going to say her. I knew it. That's why I took her from a different deck and didn't bother bringing with any other queen, Gary.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. I love it. Love it.
So good.
Bill Cook. Damn. You got to come by more often. I mean, I love this stuff.
Love you.
Oh, Lordy.
All right. When you get back again, please check in. Bill
Absolutely.
Cook.
Thanks for having me, Gary.
No,
Leslie,
it's
Gary.
a pleasure. It's
always
our
a pleasure. Cheers.
Yes.
Cheers. That was fun.
Yeah, I love that stuff so much. I did magic as a kid. I mean, I was so into it. I really, it was everything to do magic for me as a kid, for the neighborhood kids and everything. And I had the magic.
Did you have like the rope trick and those sort of things?
I bought a kit, right?
Okay.
I've told this story. I'll tell it again because it's in that vortexy thing that I love. So I had this magic set when I was a kid, and then all the tricks got destroyed, thrown away, whatever. About 30 years ago, I'm in New York, and I had met this furniture designer at the Merchandise Mart in Chicago, the big furniture mecca. And I was talking to him in Chicago, and he said, "Hey, if you're ever in New York, come by my showroom. Love to show you around." I thought, okay, great. I happen to be in New York, called him, and I go up to his showroom, and he's meeting with a client. And he said, "Hey, if you could just kind of hang out for a while, and I'll be back." And then his secretary said, "Hey, there's a scrapbook if you want to look through that and see some of the stuff that the guy's done." And I'm leafing through this scrapbook, and I find out that he was a magician early in his life, and all his furniture had some kind of secret compartment because he wanted to bring his magic presence into his furniture design, which I thought was
that's
really cool.
cool.
Yoko Ono commissioned him to make a desk for John for his birthday, and this designer, he had a secret little panel that came out for John to do cocaine or whatever. It was like a little tray that slid out in this desk. Yeah.
Okay, you
Yeah.
want to get even more vortexy?
I do. I love it.
I have 2 pieces of furniture with hidden compartments in them.
There you go. Okay. So here's the payoff. So
Okay.
we talk, and he's telling me about how he loved magic and the whole thing about the different stuff in the furniture that's of a magic sense. And I go, oh, great. So I leave the showroom and I have no particular plan, and I'm walking down the street and I see this antique toy shop about a mile from his showroom, and I'm looking in the window. Then I go to the side window, and there in the side window is that original box of magic tricks that I had as a kid. That same Sneaky Pete magic set. I'm like, if I had found it just at random, it would right after
that would have been cool enough.
Oh my God.
Right.
So I bought it. I still have that set under my bed right now. I bought that set, and I mean, it was just bizarre. I love that kind of stuff. You know I do.
I don't think you've told that story in
Really?
a long time. I do not recall this
Okay,
story.
well, it's one of my faves. And yeah, that stuff just
Cool.
is it happenstance? Is it random? I know some people say it's not coincidence. There is no ooh, and it all has some kind of reason or whatever. But some of this stuff I can't explain.
And that's it. We love patterns. We love those serendipitous moments when it seems like the universe does make sense. Because as we mentioned earlier in the show, so often it doesn't.
Right.
So it's really cool when something like that comes together. That's really exciting.
Yes, it is. All right.
So do you ever pull it out like on family game night?
I am really protective. No, I'm protective of this because I don't want any of the stuff to go missing or get damaged. So I have it really just kind of in the box. It's staying there, and every now and then I'll open the lid, look at it, and get those memories back. And yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Great. All right. So let's take care of the sponsors and then have Ryan come in and do his Wisconsin report. What do you say? First on the docket is Bettenhausen Automotive. Bettenhausen
Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram in Tinley Park is Chicagoland's Jeep Cherokee headquarters. Bring the journey to life during the Start Something New sales event. Bettenhausen has over 50 new Jeep Cherokees in stock. And right now, you can get $3,750 bonus cash. Lease a new 2022 Jeep Cherokee for $399 per month. Your best Jeep buying experience starts now at BettenhausenCDJR.com.
I'm seeing in the comment section, Ro asks if I've gone to or did go to Havley's Music Shop on 79th and Morgan in Chicago. Cool place. They don't have places like that anymore. Just one guy's passion. Ro, interestingly enough, where I bought that first magic kit was in that area. It was within a few blocks of where that was. I remember it. And it was near there. I didn't go to that place, but it was near where you're pointing out here.
I like the fact that Chris from Arizona is doing magic of his own today, or her own, but their own. They're making their cocktail disappear.
Yeah. All right. Yes, Bettenhausen and from Arizona there, standing on a corner in Winslow. Bettenhausen, great people, new car, used car, you pick. They will take care of you. The used cars look like new. All right. If you live in the Chicago area and you're looking for a used car, don't go anywhere else. Guaranteed. Leslie and her husband Tim bought a used vehicle. It looks new.
And best car buying experience ever.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no pressure. Here are the keys. Go take her out for a ride. See if you like her, because I had already seen it online, and doggone it, that was it. There was no and the price is going to change. No, it was like,
you in this car, sweetheart.
And then you're locked in somebody's office. And no, there was none of it. Was a wonderful car buying experience.
Yep. And everybody gets one that goes there. Okay, what's next? Is it David Hochberg? Yes, it is. The man with the mortgage. I was talking to a friend of mine in Los Angeles yesterday, and David had said this. He said in the last year, the housing prices have gone down across the country an average of about 10%. And this friend of mine is looking at a place in the Los Angeles area. And he said a year ago, this place was 1.5 million. Now it's 1.2 million. And in Los Angeles, he said, you can't get anything worth having under, this is mind blowing when you grow up in the era we grew up in, under 1.2 million, it's a shit shack. That's nice. Los Angeles. So this is what we're dealing with. So David said, take advantage of those prices coming down. I know the rate is up. You can't fight the rate. The rate is what it is. So what you do is you take advantage of the lower price of the house, and then you take the mortgage, whatever you can get, and then you refi in about a year, year and a half. It's a wash. Get the house now because those prices staying low, you're really gambling. And David is licensed in 35 states, California being one of them, or some of these other states that people check in on. So that's what David does. All right. There are the numbers, free consultation. Do it. All right. As mentioned, start every day with the roast to order coffee because I have to. I mean, I really, the whole, here's how it goes. I wake up, dog goes out, walk the dog, come in, make the coffee. Make the coffee, coffee's brewing, turn on Me TV, get it warmed up for the beaver. And then the day is...
You have a TV that needs to warm up.
Needs to warm up. You got to warm it up. Right.
Well, because you're watching Leave It to Beaver. It's a 1960s TV.
Yes, exactly. and then I do a double beaver, got the coffee going, and Madone. And here, I think I showed these. Here's something else that I'm enjoying. The fig bar, the Little Deb fig bars.
Really?
Yeah, I love these things.
You've gone Little Debbie on us.
I have.
Next week it's going to be honey buns, and then
yeah. So that's my morning. That's how it starts, and you can start that way too. And they have tea, if you like tea. It's all organically grown, and they've got, by they I mean Mike. He has that's his pronoun. He's got that candle. That coffee candle. My God, if you like the aroma of coffee, light his candle and you'll have that in your home.
I'm going to have to get another one because,
you're burning it hard, huh?
Burning it really hard.
Yeah, there's the
And you will
website.
too.
Yeah, roast2order.com, the number 2, delish. All right, here's a guy who doesn't like coffee for some weird reason and doesn't like tea. He starts his day with orange juice. But his mother is a huge roast to order fan.
Absolutely. Just placed an order. She got her coffee last week, so she's thrilled. So yes.
Does she say to you every now and then, "You're not my son"? How can you not like coffee?
Yeah, it depends on the day.
Yeah. Does Jamie like coffee?
She does. Yeah.
Yeah. So she's drinking it.
Yes, she's drinking it.
Okay.
And my mother-in-law. Yeah, my mother-in-law comes over sometimes with Henry and gets him off to school. So I just throw that in the dripper and let it go.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
Hey guys, I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just thinking before we get into the Wisconsin report, do we want to set up the giveaway? Because we've been doing it awfully late, and I want to make sure that everybody's got a chance.
Yeah.
Is hashtag magic a thing? It seems very appropriate today.
Hashtag magic. Put that in the queue. You'll get, if you win, the condom, the ball liquor, and
we're going to give away a T-shirt from the group that gives medical assistance to retired canines.
All right.
They are a great group out of the western suburbs of Chicago. So, and it's a spacious shirt, so it should fit. One size fits most is what we're going to say here. And
okay, there's going to be an event here for that group you just mentioned on Feb 4 in Naperville, Illinois. To raise funds for what they do. And we'll talk about that more as it gets closer, but that's the general feel of what it is. And they're doing good work like ProjectCanineHero.org does. We want to support
Mark-9.com, Mark-9.com. And I just pulled out a City of Chicago
Department. I think it's Mark-9.org.
Oh, .org. I'm sorry. And a City of Chicago Department of Public Works coaster.
Nice.
So you can join us on Friday and put your
on your
Cocktail right
sewer
on it.
lid.
There you go.
Isn't that nice?
All right, Ryan, what T-shirt are you wearing there? What is that?
It's just a logo it's just a one for where I work. We usually wear kind of spirit wear on Friday, and I didn't change before I got on here. So it says "See You."
Spirit wear? You mean like Casual Friday?
Casual Friday. Yep.
Yeah. Spirit wear. They got to make
That's what they call it.
Let's do spirit wear on Fridays.
Yes.
And
Yes.
can you stand up so I can see what is it? I mean,
It's just "See You."
See you later.
Is that a college or what?
It is. It is a college, Carroll University. So
okay, all right.
Yeah.
Just check.
So, two things. We were talking about your fig bars. One of the listeners sent they saw a punchkis already.
Oh
right?
yeah.
There it is. Look at those.
The listener Leslie said they have already seen punchkis, and we're how far away from that? When is Mardi Gras? A few weeks, right?
I figured out that Sunday is Chinese New Year, but let's see what's going on.
Okay, well, she saw them, or Leslie. I don't know if they've identified which gender.
Yes.
But Leslie
she's in the western suburbs, so she sent those saying, hey, is it a little early for punchkis? So
it won't be long before my tongue is up in a punchki.
Yes, and I actually went to Meier today because they're usually the first ones in the area to get them out, and they don't have them out. They still are in the Valentine's mode, so I was going to see if
February 21st.
Yeah, we're a while away.
We're a while away. And part of my report, we were in the Wisconsin Dells for the weekend, so it was a little bit of chaos. A lot of people. Stuff's darn expensive, and we did a lot of bowling. Hank's still into bowling. We bowled probably 10 games while we were up there.
And Ryan sent me this bowling game.
Yes. Leslie has
it or not, there's one of them in here.
Yes,
all right.
We put it in so that was from his birthday party. So now he wants to get to the 100 club, meaning score at least 100, and then he thinks we're going to buy him a bowling ball.
That's so cute.
Okay.
And he doesn't use bumpers, so no bumpers. So he said if we're going to do it right. So there was a water park there, and in the report you'll see at the end we had a little bit of fun at the water park that I wasn't involved. It was Jamie and Henry. So
okay, and you explained what this particular ride, or what do they call it, is?
I do. I do.
All right. Let's roll the vid for the Wisconsin report. It's Wisconsin, hey.
Hey everybody, it's Ryan from Wisconsin. I have a few updates to share with you this week. I think there's soon going to be robots everywhere. Not like in the sci-fi movies, but if you stay at the Madison Hilton, you might be greeted by Munson the robot when you check in. He'll offer to serve you a beverage. He also handles some duties in the restaurant, delivering large food orders. I think the restaurants and the hotels are getting the idea, and they may be going the way of the self-checkouts. More of them and less people. Well, I still, like Garry, go to the real person at the checkouts as much as I can, even if I have to wait in line. Switching gears a little bit, we've talked about if you win a large lottery prize, what to do. Don't come forward right away. Get all your affairs in order before you do. Well, the person in Luck, Wisconsin was interviewed by the local news and said they hadn't let their family know. Nobody really knows, but they came forward to claim the prize. They interviewed some lawyers also who I think wanted to help, saying, hey, you really should get everything in order before you come forward. It really adds some chaos to the whole deal. They also said the Wisconsin laws are not fair because they can't stay anonymous. Well, that might be true, so maybe they'll get that changed. But this is a reminder, if you do win the big prize, make sure you get everything in order and you don't need to come forward right away. Finally, we spent some time in the Wisconsin Dells, and I have two pictures here of Jamie and Hank. They wanted to see what it was like to be flushed down the toilet. This is the toilet bowl slide in the water park. You go around and around, and then you get dropped into 9 feet of water. These are still images as they got dropped out of the bottom of the toilet bowl. I hope you have a great week. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, we're coming up to the top of the hour. News, traffic, sports, weather. It's called the toilet bowl?
That's what we called it. It has some kind of classy name, but we called it the toilet bowl because you go down a slide and you go round and around and around, and then you drop down into swirling water.
I mean, isn't that pretty gutsy for, how old is Hank?
7, and he didn't have no life jacket.
It's 9 feet of water.
Yeah.
That's deep.
It is, and you see the angle they came out. I mean, they're head first. We saw his hand come out, and then, and poor Jamie was like, she got out and didn't know what was going on. But yeah, I didn't go on it, but Yeah, it really
Was
gutsy
he
for a
wearing
stunt.
like a flotation device? Is
No.
there ancillary
was-
oxygen or something?
No, because
It
he was
seems
48
really
inches
scary.
taller than 48 inches. If you're taller than 48 inches, so
Wow.
yeah. So but it was kind of funny to stop the video and see them come head first out.
It was like
Yep, there we
reliving
go.
his
There
birth.
it is. Top of the hour.
Yes,
Okay, and do they have lifeguards standing?
they
I
do.
mean,
They have a lifeguard right there. So,
yeah, you got it.
and
My God, 9 feet. That's
yeah, right there. So he said it was pretty scary, Dad. I probably won't do it again.
okay.
So speaking of ancillary oxygen, Walgreens, you can't see it because the green screen is selling canned oxygen now. So this is a 3 liters of oxygen for $9, and it says on the can that oxygen is weightless. So the can is full, but it is light.
And you have not tried it yet, or have?
I have not tried it yet. That'll be fun. That'll be the fun tonight.
That will be. That you sit around watching TV and take oxygen.
Just take hits of oxygen. Yeah.
How much was that canister?
Clown, they call it
$8.
and man.
Yeah.
This is like Blue Velvet, man.
Blue
For
Velvet,
those
the
of
movie
you
Blue
who
Velvet.
haven't
Where's my
aged.
bourbon? And he's
They were out of helium, so I know helium would have been fun, but everybody's out of helium. I keep seeing that all over.
Okay.
Okay, Dennis
Is
Hopper.
this for real or is this? I mean, seriously.
What for real? Is what for real?
This oxygen. I mean,
this oxygen.
Just how effective
it says it'll
you know,
help you if
there's
you're out
oxygen all
partying and have a
around
hangover.
us.
It's supposed to help hangovers too. So
Okay.
All right.
yeah.
Okay, thanks, Ryan. Oh,
Yep.
that story out of Luck, Wisconsin. Somebody wins $1 million out of luck. And you said they didn't tell their family or anybody, but they came forward, but they didn't cover their face.
No, and they doing an audio interview with the news agency. They gave their name, but they didn't.
They
show
gave their
face.
full name?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not telling any of my relatives. I'm Joe Blow, but I'm not telling all the other Blows.
And then these lawyers piped up and said, "Hey, that isn't probably the way you do it, but because you had that story, Leslie. That's why I saw this. I went, oh,
we have that story about this winner, but you know, we also have stories so often about people who win these giant lottery jackpots and then lose it within a year.
So I guess it's
this Brainiac may very well end up on that list. So
okay,
I can't.
Which
You know,
might.
Grandma's
a lot of stupid stuff. Yeah.
But it's
Grandma's
luck.
watching the TV and sees, oh, he won the lottery.
Yeah, I know that name. It's Luck, Wisconsin, though. That's a nice little
Yes,
vortex.
yes,
I like that.
yeah.
All right, Ryan, thanks.
Bill says that oxygen was on Shark Tank.
Oh,
did they get a deal?
Bill, you want to come back on?
Do you know if they got a deal, Bill?
Sure. Sorry, I'm sitting here listening to this going, Mark Cuban was like, I would love this for the Mavericks, but we already have a deal with some other oxygen company. So that's a thing.
Oh God.
That's a thing. Yeah, that's an actual thing. Sorry, I took my jacket off because I was sweating.
Did any other shark take it?
What?
Did any other shark go with it?
Was it Hercuvic?
Robert?
So, they were like, yeah, okay, but it's Spaceballs all over again for me.
What does that mean?
In the movie Spaceballs, they were running out of oxygen on planet Spaceball, so that's the whole premise of the movie. But Mel Brooks is in his office cracking open cans of Perrier, not Perrier, Perrier, and like it's really bizarre.
Well, that seems to be a thing now.
Yeah.
While we have Bill back, should we do the boss hair comparison?
Yeah, look at these two. You're going to the same barber.
You have longer hair, Bill. I used to have longer hair. Yours is.
You've got the sidewalls.
Yes, I got the side. Mine grow out, but yeah, I usually get it shaved.
So I got to cut this morning for this show.
Thank you.
I got to cut this morning to look nice for Gary and Leslie.
Thank you.
But my barber cuts me short, and I like it because by the time I get back to him, it'll be 4 months.
Don't they have a salon on the ship? But
my barber's from Belarus. You don't screw with my barber's head.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I made that mistake. I got in his chair, and he goes, "Who touched you?" I mean, like, oh my God!
I can't touch you now. You're contaminated.
You're polluted.
Yeah, you're so damn polluted.
That was a whole Seinfeld episode,
his
guys.
head.
Well, that's right. There's a Seinfeld episode where Jerry has that whole thing going where his other barber didn't do it because the guy that works with the other barber did it at his house. Anywho, thank you, Bill. All right, let's do the stories. Thank you, Ryan. Let's do stories and then give away the stuff.
So, being that we are broadcasters, I should also mention that today is International Fetish Day, which is just fine. Keep it to yourself. We don't want to know about it. A man was injured when he tried to steal a statue of St. Michael the Archangel from a church in Mexico and ended up impaling himself on the angel's sword. According to police, Carlos Alonso was inebriated when he broke into Christ the King Parish and tried to make off with the statue. But on his way out, he tripped and was subsequently skewered in the neck by the angel's sword. Alonso was rushed to the hospital. St. Michael, they say, was returned to the church undamaged.
Is St. Michael the patron saint of theft or anything that we could tie in?
He is protecting the earth from evil. St. Michael the Archangel, defend us in battle. Be our protection against the wickedness and snares of the devil. May God rebuke him, we humbly pray.
Wow.
Look it up. It's
you
right
go to
there.
Church.
I do.
But that's karma right there, and the ultimate karma of religious stuff. Yeah, you don't want to screw with that at all.
He won't be doing that again. TikTok, though, has done it again. More than 20 kids in Indonesia have been injured after consuming a liquid nitrogen treat called Dragon's Breath, a treat now at the center of a viral video trend. When prepared by skilled professionals, the dessert made by dipping candy in liquid nitrogen is fun to eat, releasing a fog as it is consumed. But since gaining popularity on the internet, lots of unskilled street vendors, once again in Indonesia, have gotten into the act. And as a result, kids are suffering severe cold burns to their skin and digestive tracts, as well as breathing problems when too much nitrogen is inhaled. Officials are asking schools to educate kids about the dangers of liquid nitrogen, especially when handled improperly.
Should people get the oxygen canister to kind of clean it out?
There you go. Serendipity. Oh, you betcha. And finally, one more. Let's 6 people, including 3 children, died during a kite festival late last week in India. All the victims had their throats slashed by sharpened kite strings, which are used generally to cut the strings of other kites during what become aerial battles involving all these kites. Authorities in Gujarat report that another 176 people were injured by cuts and falls during the annual event. Participants were asked to refrain from using the strings coated in powdered glass, but obviously some folks did not heed that request.
That's the same principle as a cockfight, where the cock has that razor or whatever and slices the other cock.
Put razors on their spurs and stuff.
Oh, gee, crazy town, India.
Fun times. Yeah.
There it is. All right. Thanks, Leslie. Let's give the stuff away. What do you say?
Can I preface this by saying some people have pointed out that Banana Man won last week, and we generally do ask that if you have been a recent winner that you sit on your hands. So Banana Man, we love you. If you haven't gotten your prize from last week, it's in the mail. So let's make sure that somebody else gets a chance here.
All right, here we go. Alan, hit it. Say hello to somebody.
Somebody.
Ooh. Scott.
Brown.
All right, Scott. Alan, tell him what he should do.
Email your address to Garry Meier Show at GarryMeier.com or text 773-888-2157. Regular charges apply. Send that name and address along so that Leslie can get those prizes out to you.
All right. That's it for this week. Here comes that complimentary cannoli down the aisle. Please take it. Look at it. It's beautiful. Got the chocolate chips in there. What about the schnauzer, Leslie?
I would definitely do some sleight of hand with my schnauzer if I could.
Fetch on all fours. Yes. All right. 3 in the green. Gears are down. Flaps are down. The voice of the globe. Have a great weekend. Talk to you on Monday. We have landed.
Good night and have a pleasant tomorrow.
If you like that, I got other stuff I think you're going to like.
This is the GarrForce.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
And please, please, please tell your friends and family to like and subscribe too.
YouTube.
More eyeballs. It's a good thing.
Subscribe to the GarrForce Live YouTube channel. That's what you should do. That's where we gather. Boom. Shakalaka.